This is Shaun, and this is Shaun's home, a small leaf of algae on the tropical ocean floor. Shaun is technically called a sap-sucking slug, but we'll get into the amazing reason he's called that later. Instead, people usually refer to him by his nicknames of either Leaf Sheep or Shaun the Sheep. Now it turns out that Shaun is so much more than just a cute face, and in this video you'll learn everything about Shaun and his fascinating talents. Shaun's cuteness is compounded even more by his microscopic size. In fact, his whole body is less than 1 centimeter long. That's small enough that you could fit 2 fully grown Shauns on your pinky fingernail. And don't even try to spot a baby Shaun. The unhatched eggs are smaller than a grain of sand, and newly settled Shaun Juniors may only be 1 millimeter long. But aren't they adorable? Now, Shaun isn't alone, as several of his relatives can also be found living on the same leaves. The craziest is definitely this blue and yellow sheep, which hasn't even been formally described by scientists. These guys are just as small as Shaun, but we have absolutely no idea why they adopt such a crazy coloration. There's also 2 species that look more similar to Shaun. The usagi sheep has very long black horns and mostly white puffs along its back, while the kuroshimae sheep looks most similar to Shaun, but is actually even smaller. It has some distinguishing features though, like a yellow nose and many black specks across its body. Do you remember Shaun's home? Well, his neighbors on the other side of the leaf are actually a family of kuroshimae sheep, and from all those eggs you can tell there's going to be a whole herd of them pretty soon. Why are Shaun and his relatives technically called sap-sucking slugs? Well, believe it or not, that's actually a pretty good description of what they do. Shaun lives his entire life on these leaves and feeds by sucking the juice out of the leaf. But the more interesting part is what he does after that. Like all plants, these leaves have chloroplasts that let them convert sunlight into energy. But rather than digesting these chloroplasts, Shaun actually holds onto them for his own use. Shaun keeps them within the puffs along his back so that they are well exposed to sunlight. The chloroplasts can then act like a personal field of solar panels, providing energy for Shaun. And thanks to them, he can go for days to months without needing to eat. This might be helpful if Shaun gets swept off his leaf and needs time to find a new home, or if his current leaf is just getting too crowded to feed everyone. Moving forward from Shaun's chloroplast-covered back, we come to those 2 black spots on his face. They are indeed eyes, but not in the sense that you or I have them. You see, Shaun only has 2 poorly developed eye spots, which let him vaguely sense light and dark. It's thought that these eye spots are just good enough to let him know roughly what time of day it is, and to detect the shadow of any predator passing by. Moving up Shaun's face, we come to his long black ears. These are called rhinophores, and are actually much more like noses than ears. You see, without good eyes, Shaun actually relies on smell to navigate his world. The ocean is full of chemical signals, and by detecting these, Shaun is able to direct himself towards food, a beautiful Shauna to mate with, or anything else he needs. What do you think of Shaun? If you want to learn more about other undersea critters, check out this video next.